This is Sun and Stone Lager from Taybeh Brewing in Palestine. It's a Palestinian beer. So this is an interesting backstory to this. So this is actually brewed in the UK by Brewgooder. I think they're from Scotland, and they've done a collaboration beer with Taybeh Brewing Company because obviously it's pretty difficult to brew and distribute from Palestine. So Brewgooder, they are I think a Scottish brewery, and in the name they like to brew and do good. So reading into that brewery, they do a lot of different projects and give some of their profits to charity. I think they do kind of like clean water projects around the world, etc. So just, all around good feels kind of brewery, doing, lots of good stuff in the community and around the world, I guess. And so they've done a collaboration where they've agreed to brew one of Taybeh Brewing Company's beers in the UK, and it's distributed through the co-op. And I think a lot, if not all, of the profits from this lager are going towards Palestinian charities and maybe perhaps across the Middle East. We all know what's going on over there in Gaza and also in the West Bank. So it doesn't matter what your view is on the conflict or, whoever you support. I think we can all agree that civilians on either side, deserve protection and dignity. So I think the profits going to charities to do some good work over there is a worthwhile cause. A bit about Taybeh Brewing Company. It's actually the first craft microbrewery in the Middle East, which is, pretty awesome. So it's from a place called Taybeh. I'm probably pronouncing that incorrectly, so please forgive me. I think it's near Ramallah in Palestine. And it was started in, I think, 94 or 95, if I remember correctly, by two guys that came over from the US, I think, to Palestinians. And they set up this microbrewery, and they've been brewing for 30 years. And obviously, brewing somewhere like in Palestine comes with a lot of challenges with imports and exports and electricity cuts and perhaps issues with the water and licensing and all sorts of issues that many Palestinians face in their day-to-day lives. So they've been running a brewery throughout all of those kind of complications. They've got a number of beers, and now this is one of them. This is available in the UK in the co-op, and as soon as I saw this story, I was very interested, and I thought I need to get my hands on some. So here it is. It's a pretty cool design. I think the design is by a famous Palestinian artist, and it's just supposed to represent the sun and the limestone. I think it's limestone of Palestine. So it's a cool design. It's a cool idea. Really great. I don't know if that's focusing, but it's basically saying brewed in solidarity. Sun and Stone is a collaboration between Brewgooder and Taybeh Brewing Company, Palestine's pioneering microbrewery that has faced challenges no brewery should. Inspired by the region's warm sun and rugged limestone hills, this beer represents resilience, compassion, and craft. All proceeds from this beer will help to support communities in Palestine and across the Middle East. So there you go. My memory serves me well in my intro. So it's a lager. I'm interested to see how this is. I think that Brewgooder has stuck to, the recipe that Taybeh Brewing have given them. I think the actual beers in Palestine, I think it's quite unique that they're using the groundwater from this place in Palestine. So I'm not sure about if the water profile is exactly the same, but maybe Brewgooder have tried to hit similar water stats. So that's something to maybe research. All in all, this is basically Taybeh's recipe brewed in the UK for co-op. interested to crack this open and see how a Palestinian beer tastes. Not one that you're going to try every day, is it? So let's crack it open and see what she's saying. And yes, I am sat in a sauna right now. Most of you know, I mean, if you've been watching my videos before, I usually sit in front of my fermenter. I used to live in Switzerland. I recently moved back to the UK. I travel a lot to Finland. I'm not entirely sure where I'm gonna be videoing my, my beer reviews in the foreseeable future. So this seems like a cool place to sit. I'm in Finland right now, and this is as good a background as any, I guess, in a sauna. It's not on, so don't worry, I'm not going to be sweating soon. But yeah, let's pour this beer and see if it's any good. A nice generous pour. Look at that. I'm just going to check I've actually started recording. My ADHD sometimes. Right, look at this. That is fantastic. I don't know if that's coming through. It's beautifully bright. It is a golden colour. Lovely, thick, pure white head on it. Decent. 2 fingers. Nice. Yeah, on the nose it smells bright. Little bit kind of tart, if not acidic, but just a little bit tart. And then lots of herbs coming out of there, so it's not like your floral or kind of lemony. It's more herbal, I think. There's a hint of kind of lemon, I'd say, but it's more of a herbal leaning hop aroma. And just smells like a really bright beer, and yeah, just something that you'd expect from like the Mediterranean, I guess. So yeah, let's see how it drinks. Yeah, man. Decent. Palestine does a decent beer. There we go, Sun and Stone. Yeah, I'd say that is quite bright, crisp beer, good carbonation on it. Lovely kind of sweet malt backbone on it, kind of not too much, just a nice round out on that crispness. And then that tartness I was talking about is coming through. Yeah, and that tartness marries into the kind of herbal character from the hops. So it's a very balanced beer, as lagers should be. Nice rounded sweetness, nice bit of tartness to give it a bit of character, and then paired together with those kind of herbal hops. I mean, I would be interested to know what hops are on this. I don't know if it says. No, just telling me obviously the obvious. 4.5%. Oh, it's giving me the calories as well. Good to know. Yeah, no, this is a nice beer. I would love to sip this in the sun next to some stone in Palestine maybe one day. But yeah, no, this is well worth a grab from Co-op. So if you see it in your local Co-op in the UK, grab it, because it's actually a decent beer, and it's supporting a good cause. I brought this can all the way to Finland to do this review, but yeah, I'd say it's not like an exceptional beer. It's not, your German lager brewery standard or whatever, but it's a decent beer. I'd happily drink this. A good ode to the kind of Mediterranean style. It's a bit kind of minerally, it's bright, it's got that kind of character to it, herb leaning. Yeah, man. I like what they've done with this beer. It's they've taken it in a good direction. So fair play to them. There's a Palestinian recipe, brewed in Scotland, I think, and yeah, decent. Cheers. I'd say 3.5 out of 5, maybe a bit critical, maybe a bit higher. You know what? I'll bump it up higher just because of the backstory, and I think part of beer is the experience, and I think that's that's why like something like Guinness is loved so much, is the kind of backstory of Guinness, and then the performance of how they serve it at the bar, and that all adds to the mystique and the kind of experience that you have, and your brain makes you enjoy it more when you're drinking it. And I think this is a solid lager, but it tastes even better because of the backstory. So there you go. Cheers.